Hari Om Namaste, friends. This week I would like to share with you another Buddhist mantra that, as you know, many of the Buddhist mantras are not in Sanskrit, they're in Pali, the language that came after, which is also the language that the Buddha spoke. So it's similar, but not quite the same. Some of the words are shared, not all of them. So this mantra is very similar to the mantra we chant in yoga, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which means, may all beings be happy and free from suffering. The mantra we're going to chant this week is different, but the meaning is the same. And it has a call and a response. So normally there's the teacher saying one part and the students or the sangha saying the other part. But I like to say them both together, so kind of doing a call and response to myself, who myself will be, or yourself will be the teacher and the student in this case. So, Bhavatu, sabba, mangalam. This is the call part, and the response is Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Kind of like Amen, 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 or well said, well said, well said, in agreement. So this is, if anyone out there has gone to Vipassana, you've heard this chant. But of course, this is my version, so it's a little more sing-songy. But why is it important to say these things after, usually coming after a discourse or a satsang? Because all the wisdom that is being shared in these discourses and satsangs by the holy ones is so that we all may be free from suffering. And that comes with spiritual knowledge. Because when we have the spiritual knowledge and the understanding, of course, we're going to go through pains of life, but we won't have the suffering part as much. The suffering is the part that really eats up in you, the part that you start to judge yourself or judge others or beat yourself up or why me, why me. This is the suffering part. This is the part that keeps being replayed. So pain is temporary, but suffering can last a lifetime if we let it. So that's why it's important to have these teachings, these spiritual understandings, not just for myself, but for all. If anyone is out there with some spiritual knowledge, the best thing to do is share that knowledge, because then others have it. And like this, we start to spread the flame of knowledge and we start to alleviate that deep human suffering going around all over the place. So it's only the spiritual knowledge that can help us. It's this little shift in perspective, because like I said, the pain is always going to be there, but then the knowledge comes in to alleviate the suffering that is sure to follow if we don't have the understanding. So it's important to have it not just for myself, but for all beings, because as long as anyone out there is living with ignorance, spiritual ignorance and suffering, that affects me as well, you as well, on a subtle level, because we're all connected, not physically, but on a subtle level, on a quantum level. And the Buddha understood this, and the wise one understand this. That's why all the sermons, that's why even Jesus understood this, everyone understood this. Anyone who had a position of being a holy one, a teacher, understood this, because in the end they all say the same thing. Jesus said what? Love your neighbor as yourself, because you're not going to bring suffering upon your neighbor, you're going to bring goodness upon your neighbor, and that is the golden rule. So all religions, all understandings follow that golden rule. And part of the golden rule is, may all beings be happy and free from suffering. Because when we understand this, we understand the rules of karma, we understand how everyone has to pass through a certain amount of pain in this life, a certain amount of pain in the next life, less and less. Hopefully it goes like that, but depending on your karmas is what will predict that. So we go through these pains, we go through these joys also, but sometimes even the joy can become a pain, because the joy is temporary as well as the pain. So when it leaves, sometimes that causes suffering. So when we understand in Buddhism, they're talking a lot about impermanence, or the Pali word that we hear in Vipassana, anicca. So when we understand this, we understand everything is impermanent, and then we can have a wisdom come in. And this wisdom helps us to understand that it's okay. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. But I remain calm and at peace because I understand the comings and goings. Of course, that doesn't mean you're not emotional. You can go through the emotions too. We're not here to be a stone. We go through the emotions, but we have a deeper understanding that prevents us from staying in that dark place for too long. So let's chant this one. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Bhavatu sabba mangalam. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.